Good day and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Arisya Sofea binti Ahmad Saifuddin. So I am a master's student for architecture program from Universiti Teknologi Mara or Mara University, Teknologi University UITM from Sri Iskandar Perak. So today I will present to you about my conference proposal titled A Conceptual Framework for Effective Knowledge Transfer Among Youth in the Digital Era, Adapting the Kolb Learning Style Inventory KLSI 4.0 into Architectural Spatial Layout. So firstly, we'll go through the table of content. So I will explain briefly on the introduction, overall research overview, the research question and objectives, and then we will go through the literature review data that I have gained for this topic, and then we have a summary on the methodology used for in conducting this research. Next, we will go through outcomes from the thematic analysis which has been done, and then expert validation analysis, finally findings and discussion, and then conclusion. So firstly, for introduction, it is more on the rising issues which calls for solution, and it is why I have decided to go through with this topic. So first, the focus on using Kolb learning style inventory is to help counter the global issues which is related to the growing demands of library as a community magnet. So first, we have dangers of digital deluge, which is the sheer abundance of material existing online, making it vulnerable to fabrication. So now we have a less utilization of library on the community as the digital native group. They are more adaptable online, so they don't really use the physical library anymore. And then the second issue calling for solution is we've seen an increase in digital services post COVID-19 without outshining the existing physical library. So there has been an 11% increase in Great Britain, and the service users most requested are on audiobooks, magazine, and new books by younger authors. Next, we have evolving user expectation, which requires reinvention of spaces. So, current reinvention of spaces within a public library mostly focusing on innovation of devices instead of spatial layout. So, now for effective knowledge transfer, especially at the place of learning where the knowledge transfer mostly occurs, such as the library, we need innovation which focuses on the spatial layout and architectural design instead of just on the technological devices, which can bring the digital native group further away from achieving a more hands-on solution to the knowledge that they are learning. Next, we have the research objective and research questions. So this is more on the library itself, but the focus of the topic is to identify the architectural spatial design for learning and knowledge transfer environment. And then the second objective, we will explore the learning style and knowledge transfer among youth of the digital era, referring to the digital native generation of now. And then the final objective is to establish a conceptual framework of architectural spatial layout which can be effective for knowledge transfer among youth of the digital era. So the questions are just reflecting on what the objectives we are trying to achieve from this topic. So we'll go through what are the architecture spatial design and learning of knowledge transfer environment. What are the learning style, referring to the Kolb inventory, learning inventory KLSI 4.0, and then how to establish the conceptual framework of architecture spatial layout for effective knowledge transfer among digital natives. So these are the overview on the vital elements of research. So we have a new age library, and then the digital native group, which are the Generation Z and Generation Alpha. And then we have the architectural innovation of integrating principle from the KLSI 4.0 theory and translating them into architectural attributes so that we can design a space which are more a physical space for more effective knowledge transfer. So these are the four modes of Kolb's learning style and the spatial requirement listed. So we have the concrete experience, but these are the basis of the KLSI 4.0. So we have second reflective observation, Next, we have abstract conceptualization. And then finally, we have active experimentation. So these four bases will form the overall 9 learning style typologies from the Kolb Learning Style Inventory, KLSI 4.0 theory. So as you can see, they are 9: initiating, experiencing, imagining, reflecting, analyzing, thinking, deciding, acting, and balancing. So this study focuses on the main learning style that are most dominant among the digital native, Generation Z and Generation Alpha. So next, we will go through qualitative method briefly on how I conducted my research. So first, I have the thematic review phase, so data extraction, and then I analyze and map the data respectively. Then we go through synthesis and how to prove the synthesis. On which knowledge theory is more suitable with which architectural intervention. So that is proved by phase 3, which is expert validation. So expert validation by 2 expert panels selected. So I've given them a validation instrument, which is the following the Likert scale qualitative questionnaire. And then after they reviewed, I have um, achieve a validated conceptual framework. So we will see which intervention is most suitable with which architectural with which learning style. So first, the expert panel one is senior architect A.R. Haji Azman. He's been in the field for more than 30 years, which makes him qualify as an expert. And then next, we have the second expert in the academic field, A.R. Muhammad Ashamizi. So he has been teaching for quite some time, and he considered an expert in the architectural design, but in the learning environment sense. So, and then we focus on the user study, Gen Z. I have gone through their social habits and work culture. So they are people who prefer to be online, value online presence more than face-to-face interaction. So they have a habit of preferring instant gratification and have a continuous partial attention. Next, the work culture is preferring flexibility and networking, more conscious of financial responsibility, and have a higher tolerance towards global diversity, as well as people of sensible and realistic on importance of education and multitasking mastery they possess. So next, the second digital native group is Generation Alpha. So since none of them are in the working age yet, so we focus on their social habits, very tech savvy, explorative online, susceptible to cognitive strain, and have a shorter attention span due to lesser technical activities done outside of hand-free tablet usage. So from the two generation focus on, I have found that the dominant typologies preferred by these digital natives are four. So the experiencing style, initiating style, imagining style second, third is initiating style, fourth is acting style. So we will go through one by one after this and more focus on what are their characteristic and the example of application in architectural or in the uh, social sense. So this is just a brief on the expert validation segment. So this is the part that marks the Likert scale form that I have provided for the expert when they were answering uh, and providing the data on the synthesis that I need to validate whether the learning style theory from Kolb from the four dominant typologies is suitable with the architectural intervention I have found from the thematic analysis and literature review. So next is so this is following the Likert scale form. So we have the experiencing style. It focuses on the characteristic is concrete experience, a mixture of concrete experience, active experimentation, and reflective observation. So example of application focusing on collaboration, project, and mentorship. So these are the spaces, primary characteristic, proposed partial intervention regarding reflecting the experiencing style, open plan layout, non-hierarchical seating, gathering or assembly pattern, ambient noise, and modular, as well as having a shape-shifting, moving, dynamic furniture. So from the outcome from the expert panel, so they have agreed from both panel they have agreed that the design intervention with most suitable to be provided for experiencing style is open plan layout, gathering pattern, and modular design. So these are the architectural intervention that should be focused when designing a place which to foster a more effective knowledge transfer for these two digital native cohorts. And then secondly, we go on the imagining style. So characteristic, and then this is example of the form how the experts answer it. And the overall summary is they agreed with having a nook corners is important. It's an important essential architectural intervention in fostering an effective knowledge transfer among the digital natives. Next, for the initiating style, which has concrete experience and active experimentation. Example of application is game or VR simulation. So this is an example and explanation of the proposed partial intervention. So both experts agreed on having a room with double volume height is the most primary architectural intervention because it highlights the sense of openness and freedom and is essential and following the initiating learning style typology. Then we have lastly the last dominant style is acting style. So the panels agree on having a modular individual workstation, ergonomic workbenches, and micro learning kiosks to for digital native to foster a more effective knowledge transfer when they for the people with a dominant on acting style typology. So ultimately, the professional academic endorsement on the KLSI 4.0 digital metric reinforced the concept of limitless learning, where learners are not only limited to one cookie cutter method of study, and that proper public spaces should be developed for the learners to fully enhance the effectiveness in their knowledge transfer process and in improving their overall communication skill. This confirms that the proposed design element, when balanced between functional furniture, ergonomic dimensions, and purposeful spatial layouts, will have the ability to effectively facilitate knowledge transfer in a contemporary learning environment. So both the senior architect and academician architect consistently provided scores of agree or strongly agree on the like scale across all three evaluative criteria. So this validates the spatial strategies which can range from quiet reflective nooks to active durable prototyping zone, not only suited to one specific cognitive needs of the user but are also technically feasible for construction. So furthermore, the expert confirmed that these designs successfully bridge the physical digital gap, serving as an innovative new age infrastructure that integrates digital workflow within a tactile topographical design landscape. This high level of professional academic endorsement reinforces the limitless learning concept as a functional model for future-ready knowledge hub and can be more suitable for the future digital generations as well. So experiencing style found in its form in open plan layouts of modularity. The imagining style was accommodated through secluded nook corners and visual transparency. Initiating style necessitated the psychological freedom of double volume heights, and finally the acting style was anchored by high functionality ergonomic workbenches and micro learning kiosks. This highlight underscores the importance of designing tailored spaces within a new age knowledge hub as topographical layers where the architecture supports technology without being superseded by it. So it highlights the importance of having a physical space but not only focusing on the um, advancements of technology but also on how the building is designed itself. So this is kind of how a physical space can help in enhancing the effectiveness of knowledge transfer among digital native in an era of ongoing technological advancement. So finally, we have um, a proposed conceptual framework on how um, this architectural intervention can be integrated into with the learning style, the Kolb KLSI 4.0 learning style typology for the future of generations ahead and also catering to present generation. So it is a topic which does not it just does not it is a topic that includes both more of the digital generation and the older generation as well. So that is all from me. Thank you.